Hey Chad. So, it's my birthday today. Oh, wait, actually. Whoops, I forgot you guys are still in ad break hell. Uh, whoops, my bad. Uh, but hi. It's it is my birthday. Uh, we I'm just gonna do art fight thingies because art fight thingies are good to do. Um, I I don't really plan on doing like anything fancy. Like there's nothing really fancy to do. So, we're just doing art fight today. Okay, Twitch is back from ad break hell. Twitch, hi. Welcome back. So, today's my birthday. We're doing art fight because art fight is just something calm and like chill that I can do, and uh, we, I don't know. Today's just a chill day. I hope your July 4th was good, fun, and exciting, or you got heckin' drunk. Uh, Live TD, please. Not Live TD. I keep calling VTube Studio Live TD because I'm oopid. Anyway, but yeah, hopefully your July 4th was good. Today is a chill, relax, like, don't do anything fancy hoo-ha. We're doing art fight. We're drawing, oops, we're drawing art fight thingies because it's something calm and I don't plan on doing anything like extravagant for my birthday or anything. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Also, my boyfriend's here to hang out with me. Hi. Sorry, I was muted so I could talk to chat real quick. I am live, by the way. Yeah. Also, we can't talk about YouTube. I'll get banned. It's stupid. At least I think it's stupid. No, not Daily Motion. Oh, I need to clean up the thingy actually. I think we can talk about YouTube, but we can't like talk about chat. I think I don't know, man. I've seen people get banned for multiple different things, and it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if you're just gonna do this, then like, why even allow multi-streaming? Or even just allow people to like automatically publish their stuff on YouTube if you're just gonna like be like this, you know? It's all oopid. Oh, hold on. I need to fix the thingy. Yeah. Because like, why would you allow multi-streaming? Why would you like partner with like YouTube and like all these things and stuff to allow like us to finally like oh my god. Hi. Holy oh Nakisa, thank you so much. Oh, that scared me so bad though. Narkissa gifted subs to me. Oh, it. Thank you so much. That scared me so bad. I always forget how loud I put these alerts to be. Like they're loud on purpose, but oh my god. Also, I just realized James has not been a thing this entire time because Discord's stupid. Okay, you should be good now. There
Ah,
you go. Okay, have fun. Thank you so much. I forgot what I was talking about. I think I was talking about how dumb Twitch and YouTube like stuff is. Yeah. But yeah, like why would you allow us to upload and multi-stream on other platforms if you're also just gonna like not allow us to speak to them? It's kind of it kind of defeats the purpose. Thank you, Lurk Fishing, for fishing. Wait, Lurk Fishing isn't even up on the thingy. It might.
on which one? It's on YouTube. I see success.
Nice. Okay. Well. You have friends, but you can't talk to them. I like it's so stupid, but whatever. Like, I mean, I know for me, like, I won't like care too much if I get like banned. Well, okay, I will care a lot if I get banned off Twitch, but I think in retrospect, I can at least like fall back on YouTube and just stream there instead. Also, sorry, I'm switching glasses real quick because I'm realizing my other glasses are not getting picked up by uh the webcam. But yeah, like it's just stupid. I don't like it. And like I will care a lot if I get banned off off Twitch, but that's why we have the YouTube channel. At least it seems to be temp and not perma, but it's just yeah, it makes no sense. But I don't know, man. Like I understand like hosting a streaming platform's like difficult because you're technically not making any cash off it. It's not the same as like streaming platforms via like YouTube, not YouTube, like Disney Plus and stuff. Which by the way, don't really like how we have to call it a streaming platform for uh things like
Netflix, Hulu,
yeah,
and
like
Disney.
that's not a streaming platform technically, right?
I
Like it
mean, though, I
like
mean the assumed thing is that they're streaming the movie live to your display device.
but
I
it's
don't know
not
if,
live.
yeah, I don't know if it's like a library of videos that you access and it plays like YouTube.
It's the other
What?
definition of streaming. I guess I just think that like my brain doesn't like it. Oh my god, by the way, that was my first hype train ever. Holy shit. Stream just means the transfer of audio video. It doesn't need to be live. I just think it gets confusing to the olden people, aka me. I'm an olden person. Hi. Please tell me you're not at work. Nah, I'm definitely at work. You fuck. Don't be on your phone while you're at work, bruh. It's dangerous. Well, it can be dangerous depending on your work. But also, like, you're gonna get in trouble. Though, to be fair, I also understand work can suck dick. I'm putting up the funny sales stickers and have you up as pod. Bruh. Oh, speaking of podcast style, I hope you guys can hear V-Hand like ASMR, because I think the last time I streamed, it didn't work, and I was like, what the fuck?
It would be possible if somebody who's with you in streams can talk to YouTube chat rather than it be you. But I assume
No, I'm pretty sure it's whoever.
anybody.
Like, if it happens, then you'll still get banned for it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I assume that's the case. No two-person stream, one YouTube, one.
Even though that does happen, like, people do that. How does collabing work if, like, well, I mean, most people, you might need to turn yourself up because James is louder than you. Frick! No, you know
I'm
what, Jam, you're gonna get yeeted once I figure out where Discord is. You're gonna get yeeted down a little bit.
I'm the streamer now.
There you go. Is that better?
I'm not the streamer now.
Okay, I'm lowering you a little bit more. There we go. Is that better?
Okay, apparently now I'm still not the streamer.
There, you're softer. You're not in the yellow anymore. You're now like peaking yellow. You're peak.
Oh my God, I'm gonna hit the peak.
I do want to play that game on stream eventually. Cause Ray, Lotus, and I have been, and Kier. Though I haven't played with Kier yet, but we've been playing it every once in a while, or almost every day. I don't remember. My brain's stupid. I don't remember anything anymore. But we've been playing
Because
it like on and off for like a good bit now.
let's play it because it's peak,
It is peak.
literally.
It's also goofy, dumb shit.
Now, spawn a new genre of mountain climbing sims. Bring out Peak VR edition.
Bro, I feel like that sounds like a terrible idea.
I come on.
Is that
I'm
the
V.
OrangieArts? Yeah. Hi. Hi, boy. Of
I'm
course you'd play
VR
it.
pro.
You have what is it? A meta? Is that what it's called? I don't.
No, I don't have one of those.
No, not
Oh,
you. Kier. Kier has a meta. I think. I think that's what it is.
Meta.
Thank you. Oh my god, my brain almost made me go. You too. A meta quest 2. Ye. Thank you for the sub. I almost said the subscribe because I my brain dumb. I'm okay. Today I woke up really late because uh oh my god, that's so delayed. I don't know how to fix the delay, by the way.
I woke up real late.
Yeah, it's actually very easy. I almost lost my shit over how many times I'd be climbing with Yori because Ray climbs too fast, and we just hear him scream or playing the bugle in the distance. Look, that's what you do. That's what you do in Peak.
You guys haven't run into the Scoutmaster if you get too far away?
So we play on easy mode. In easy mode, the
I,
Scoutmaster doesn't exist.
oh, what?
What do you mean, white?
That's where's the fun in that?
We're practicing.
It's peak. You're allowed to fail.
Easy mode. Yeah, in Peak.
Oh, you can't summon him on easy. Okay, summon him on easy.
I think you summon him via that one, the other like trumpet. I don't know the other thingy.
Yeah, there's if you clear the game on normal mode once, what this I think clear it, you unlock ascent mode. I don't know what that does, but
I don't know. But I told Ray that if we ever stream it, it'll be normal mode. But since we're just like fucking around having fun, we like play on easy mode. At least that's what we've played the last few times. I don't know if like he's changed it when I've played with him. It's really easy. Hold on. Let me let me uh I need to I'll show you real quick. So you go to your vham files and then you go to your vham files and then you go to streaming assets and then you go to uh your mods folder and then you can pull up oops, my bad. You can pull up the meshes and stuff. And you can like edit the textures via like this stuff. They also give you they give you the like three separate folders. One is like the original stuff, so if you want to like reset your thingies, you can use that to reset. And what you do is you just edit like whatever these are. It kind of takes a little bit to understand like what parts are what, but once you do, you can like edit things and to your liking. I have seen people make custom like pens and like clothing and stuff, but I don't personally know how to do that. But these are like the pens. This is the fingies, and then this is the sleeveys, and then this is the forearm. But yeah, they allow you to edit these, and you edit them in the mods folder that they have. But yeah, I spent like a few hours like fucking around with it. Yeah. I think the hardest one to edit is the fingers and hand because I couldn't figure out which parts went to where, and at that point I was already like 3 hours in, and I was like, I don't want to like put too much effort anymore. So I just like used the multiplier overlay stuff and just said, okay, that's good enough. I think they're going to be adding like actual mod support, like workshop maybe, but I don't take my word for it. I could be lying. I could be spreading misinformation. Lying on the internet? Blasphemy.
Yeah, but like Buster said, you think people would just lie? Who would go on the internet and tell lies?
God, that show's so old. Yeah,
What?
can you get me food?
You need to get up and go to places.
Can you get me food? I hungry.
Hunger.
We can stick PNGs, bro. That's gonna be great. Oh, so for Vihan, uh I also added the ring I have to this. But I realized that technically speaking it's supposed to be on my left hand. So that's why like it's not on my right hand anymore. It's a ring that I got IRL from Jampus. It's cute that my model has a ring that's like in real life here.
New lore drop unlocked.
It is not new lore. I mean, I guess it could be technically. Oh, I don't know how to shade anime noises, noses. I have not done anime like noses in forever. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I had a really bad ear infection in high school, and like I woke up and I knew something was wrong, and I was like, "Hey, I don't want to go to school because I think my ear is like fucked." And my parents were like, "No, you go to school," because my parents are the types to be like, "Ah, you're sick. Your school nurse will send you home if you're actually sick." And I'm like, yeah, the school nurse who clearly like knows what like things are and doesn't just toss ice pack at you and go hee you'll be fine. But uh I went to school and I was in my government class, and like all of a sudden I felt like liquid just like fill up my ears, like both sides, and I went, "Oh fuck. This is terrible." And I went to the nurse and I was like, "Hey, I have a problem. I can't hear anything right now." And she goes, "Okay, come here." And so I went over to her and she checked my ear. She's like, "Okay, I need to send you home and you need to go to the doctor like ASAP." And I'm like, "Okay." And so she called my parents and I grabbed my shit and my parents were like, "Hey, what did the nurse say?" And I was just like, "Huh?" Because I could barely hear. It felt like I was underwater. It turns out both my ears were like super badly like infected and had to like eat antibiotics for like
Hot
a week and
minute.
a half, I think. Oh, I see I fucked up. No. It's so small and no one's gonna notice, but I see that I fucked up. Your stuff is the worst. One singular pixel. I keep using the eraser tool because I can't tell which ones are which. The single speck that no one's gonna notice, but I notice. This dress is gonna be so pretty, but also, ruffles are. They're not bad, but it's just like the ruffles are gonna be annoying when I'm shading. Okay, thank you for stopping by. I hope you get better, cause holy shit. Yeah,
Eye infections suck, man.
yeah.
I've never had one, but
Well,
uh,
yeah. I figured you didn't. I just assume you don't have like a lot of the like health things that the rest of us do.
I mean, the worst thing that's ever happened to me was pneumonia,
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
but that's about it.
I try really hard not to get sick because orangey or more orangey lore. Uh, I try not to get sick because I kind of just learned from how family reacts that even if I'm ill, like it doesn't really matter unless it's like super like bad. Cause you know, getting forced to go to school when you're ill and then like just toughing it through because you're just like whatever. Like I'm too tired to like really care about if like this is a good thing or bad thing. So you just tough it out. Because what is it? In the real world, if you're sick, you think people are going to let you just take a day off work?
Yes, actually, I do it all the time.
Yeah. But also not for me.
Hell, if I'm sick, I'll even take a day off if I'm not gonna get paid for the day. I don't care. Sick is sick.
Yeah, but like it's at least like for like some people it's really hard to take off because like money is really tight or uh you just can't for whatever reason.
No, there are plenty of valid reasons.
Oh yeah. When you know when you're young and your parents are like the people who like quote unquote teach you how things work in the world and they're like you think work's gonna let you just take your a day off just because you're sick. Back in my day back in my day we didn't get sick days or whatever the fuck they say. It's usually monetary plus your manager will guilt you for failing the team. Yeah. And if you're super empathetic, you're gonna be like, oh no, it really is my fault that like we couldn't get X, Y, and Z done. Even though it's definitely not, because your manager should be managing better and your coworkers should be co-working better. It shouldn't be all put on you to like get shit done. Stop blaming that failing the team bothered me when they refused to schedule non-skeleton crews. Yeah.
Oh, I feel bad, definitely, but I balance it out in terms of like I flip a coin as to whether today is the day or today is not the day. I've been had many cases where people would come in, like on purpose, not come in, and then ruin everybody's day and throw everybody's vibe off. And I'm like, all right, next time when I feel like I want to take the day off or I'm actually sick, sucks to suck, buddy. I'm not coming in. I legit remember one time I was working in the supermarket where I'm like, oh, I'll take your morning shift since you want to, since you have to come in late because of something. That's fine. I can do that for you. That's not a problem. So I come in the morning and I'm, having a good time, trying to help things out, make sure people are doing what they need to do. And then lunchtime comes and it doesn't show up. And I'm like, hmm, oh wow, so there's only one wrapper on the evening and it's a full day.
You might
So a
want you,
supervisor,
you might want to explain what a rapper is to like the American people.
yeah, just the general muscle that comes to the supermarket, wraps people items, takes them out, gets paid tips.
Because that doesn't exist in the US.
And so now I'm like, there's only one wrapper for the entirety of the evening. And I like this guy. I don't want to leave him on his own. So I decided, okay, I'll just, I'll stay. I'll be a nice guy and stay. And lo and behold, I pretty much have to stay for the entire shift from start to finish, from 6 in the morning till 9 at night. And
Oh
yeah, no,
no.
anytime that dude
Tragedy.
asks, anytime that dude asks for like any favors or any all that sort of stuff, I just say, nah, you don't get any favors. Because a lot of people were, if they wanted something done or they needed a day off for somebody to cover, they would come to me first because most times I would say, yeah, sure, because it's not that big of a deal for me to like switch or change my schedules because at, the time things were like super flexible. But for him, nah. So he stopped going to me because yeah, I would not forget that shit. You don't tell me to take a morning shift because you can't make it in the evening. Some sort make it in the morning. You have to come in the evening and then not show up.
I don't have any coworker stories because I worked in a restaurant that my family owned. Okay, I do have coworker stories, but they're more of man. This coworker was literally a piece of shit, like for other things, not for like uh covering shifts. I didn't have shifts. For me, I had to just stay there because uh I don't even know how to explain. It's just like family owned business. I had to fucking sit there and stay there the entire day. So it was like get there at like 8 a.m. Get shit set up for like 11 or 9 or whenever the fuck like pretty much whenever like oops lunch started because we didn't do dinner or we didn't do breakfast. So it was pretty much like, oh, you're there from like early as not like early, but like too early for like a teenager to like exist, but also like too early for somebody who like had to stay at work for like eons at pretty much. Like my work schedule was get there at 8 a.m. or earlier, depending on if we have delivery, and then uh pretty much stay there till 11 or 12 like a.m. 11 p.m. 12 a.m. So like I like doing that and then having to do that all over again the next morning. Like I don't think anybody would be able to do that for like an entire like summer. It wasn't even an entire summer. It was just from like May till like August, and then when I no longer went to school, it was all the way till like end of September, early November, give or take. Sucked. It literally sucked cock. But like the thing is that I only did the entire summer for like 3 years, and then like no, I did it for 2 years, and then like stuff happened to where we didn't have to go up for like another 2 years, and then we sold the restaurant. So like technically that didn't like last for as long as like going from like May till August. Because school year started in August and like school year ended in May, like May 12 or like 10, like 10 12 area, and then August was like 12 to like 18. So that was like the length of time. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like it's why like whenever like we went up, because the restaurant wasn't in the current state I'm in. It's in Michigan. So in Michigan, like everybody was still in school, and it was really funny because I'm like, lmao, look at these nerds still in school. But then like you guys also went back to school like in like not like October, like late November, early October, give or take. Like it's still the same length of time. It's just you guys had like shorter summers technically. I don't remember. I didn't stay long enough for that shit. Anyway, my work experience is equal to me being scared to work, so late August, early June. Ew. Oh my god, I just remember this fucking coworker. Dude, okay, I had a coworker and she was probably the worst coworker experience I've ever had, because she came up and like she's apparently like an old like like she used to work at the restaurant like hi, thank you. Welcome to stream. But I used to work in a restaurant, and it was owned by my parents, and apparently this coworker that showed up one summer, she needed money or whatever, so she came back and she was like, "Hey, I want to work for you guys again." And so my parents were like, "Okay." And I was like, "Okay, I don't know who she is. I've never seen her in my life. Like even when I was younger, I never seen this woman in my life, I think." And she's like, "Oh my god, you're so big now, blah blah blah," like normal fucking like adults like talking to children shit. And like after like she was fine at first. Like she didn't like raise any red flags other than she like okay, she has a lot of red flags. Like she uh she like went went either she went to prison or she was like in jail for whatever fucking reason. And I was like, okay, well, she's like technically a bad person, but as long as she does her job, fucking who cares, right? And plus, my family knows her, kind of, so it should be fine. And so it started off okay. Like, she was fine, kind of. Like, she did have a few quirks here and there, but, like, it wasn't, like, terrible shit. It just reminded me of, like, high schoolers, which should have been a red flag, but I was also a high schooler. But anyway, there was a day where we were kind of, like, swamped with, like, orders, and I had, like, a hot plate, and I was like, yo, I'm coming up behind you. And I guess she thought that I guess she was just having a fucking bad day or some shit. And she decided to fucking yell at me. And she was like, you do not speak to me that way. And I was like, what the fuck? Did you want me to just burn you? What the fuck? And so after I was like, nah, I want this bitch out. She literally would have rathered I burn her than just tell her, hey, I'm coming up behind you. Like, what an asshole.
You're supposed to stop, announce eloquently in Shakespearean that you're approaching.
Excuse me, miss. I am coming up behind you with a hot plate. It is for order 700, whatever the fuck. Anyway, can you please let me by? Like, shut the fuck up. We are literally in the middle of, like, a shitload of orders. You cannot sit there and be like, you can't just sit there and be like, you can't speak to me that way when we are literally swamped with orders. Everybody's kind of like dealing with a lot, and like, I'm not saying it's like Gordon Ramsay level shit, but it's also like pure fucking like, hey, we're kind of chaotic right now. If like tones and stuff are not like being used properly, it's probably because of the current situation we're all in. And she just fucking yells at me. Who, by the way, I was like 16? 15, 16, give or take. So I was like, what the fuck? You're yelling at me, the owner's kid, for telling you to get the fuck out of the way or else I'm gonna burn your ass? What the fuck? Anyway, she was a bitch and I hated her. From that point onward, I was like, what a bitch. Hate her ass. Want her gone. Yeah, I know. So telling somebody that is normal, like you in a kitchen when you're super like swamped and shit and you just want to get by really fast, you just tell people, "Hey, I'm behind you." Or, "Hey, get out of the way." Like, it's not one of those things where I'm saying that to be an asshole. I'm saying that because I need to like get by you, drop this and then like toss the pan like over to the sink and then like run back to like my station to like look after like three other orders that are on like my station that are cooking. Like, it's not that fucking like terrible for somebody to just like quickly be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of my way." And I didn't even say that. I just said, "Hey, I need to get by you." Or, "Hey, I need like move." Like that's literally not that fucking it's fucking nothing burger. And she yelled at me. By the way, so if somebody raises their at least in the restaurant that we had, if somebody raises their voice in the kitchen, you can hear it at the bar because the kitchen and bar are like literally like thin walled next to each other. And it was she yelled at me so loud that the entire bar went quiet And I stared at her like she was fucking crazy. Cause she was, okay? Like, what the fuck? You don't just do that shit. Anyway, I hated her ass. I hope she's doing bad. I hope karma got her ass. Anyway, she got fired like maybe like a week after that incident because she decided to just not show up to work one day and we got swamped really hard and I was like, what the fuck? And we had to like call like a good we had to call like a few people to come up and be like, hey, I know you're not supposed to work today, but we're so swamped and somebody didn't show up, so you have to come here and like work. And so they showed up and worked and it was so stupid. Anyway, yeah, it was it was dumb. That's probably like my one really bad. Oh, actually, no. That's one of two of my worst coworker experiences. Another work experience that like I had to fucking deal with was we had like a teenage girl. I think she was like at this point I was like I was no longer a teenager, I think. But we had like a teenage girl like work for us and she was like 17, 19, whatever the fuck. Anyway, she and like another coworker who has been like with us for a long time, uh we invited them to join us for what is it called? Michigan Adventure? Which, by the way, worst name for a theme park. But I think it was called Michigan Adventure. And, like, I can out this because I don't live there anymore. This happened years ago. But, like, we got tickets for Michigan Adventure because my mom used to uh advertise our restaurant via radio when we were still working at it, and the radio guy was really good friends with my mom, and he's like, hey, I have like tickets. Do you want to like on your break, do you want to like go and do Michigan Adventure stuff? And she's like, yeah, why not? So we went. So we invited. Well, we had. He gave us 4 tickets. So it was me and mom, our our coworker, and then this teenage coworker that we hired for like dishwashing because it's just us two. There's nobody else that we could like go that we can go with. So we just invited like uh our coworkers who like wanted to go with us. So we were like, okay, well, we'll just invite these guys. The drive there was fine. And then when we got there, uh we like just did the normal shit. Like nothing like crazy happened the entire time. The problem is when we were gonna go back home, cause one, like we were hungry and we for me and my family, we don't spend money when we go to theme parks and stuff because it seems like the food's usually kind of like mid, but also overly expensive. So what we were planning on doing was we were gonna leave and go find like a place to like get food at. And so we were like, hey, everybody like get on like like your last ride because we're gonna like go get food. And it's starting to get kind of late. So we don't want like, restaurants and stuff to close. And so they were like, okay, we'll go on this last ride because it's like, it's just over there. It won't take us that long. And we're like, okay. It took them an hour to get back to us. So me and my mom just sat there for like an hour, and we were like, "What the fuck? Like, why is it taking them an hour just to ride a single ride? This is so stupid." And so I was like, "Fuck it, mom. Let's just like get in the car and like just like leave them. Not like actually, we're not that much of assholes, but I was like, let's just like leave them or make them think we left them because, bro, how can you do this to somebody who invited you onto this like why would you think this was a good idea to like take forever doing stuff when you're the guest to like your to like this like I don't even know what it's called. Like, I want to say adventure because my brain's saying that's the only like term I can use for it. But it's like, why would you think this was a good idea to do? And so we get in the car. Oh, ad break ends lmao. I didn't even realize there was an ad break happening. Yeah, theme park. So why would you like go to a theme park that you were invited to, and then like do the shit? And and so we got in the car and we like fucked around in the parking lot for a little bit until we saw them like come outside. And then when they got inside, I fucking exploded because I was fucking pissed and I was hungry because like we were already hungry like an hour before this happened and I was like, well, welcome back Twitch chat. Uh but I was like super hungry by the time like they finally like got out of the theme park. But the problem was I wasn't as hungry as I was at that point an hour before. And so when they got in, they they literally were like, "Oh, we snuck around you and like went on like seven other rides." And we were like, "What the fuck?" This is why I exploded cuz I was like, you guys are guests. What the fuck makes you think that you could do this? Like, we are, like, mom's your boss. I'm your coworker. She's your coworker. You should not have fucking did this. You should not have snuck around us to go on other rides when we literally said, get on one more ride and then we're gonna go get food. Now that it took you an hour, we can't go find food because most restaurants are, like, closing by the time we get to them or they're, like, going to be closed. Like, who the fuck thinks that was a good idea? It was so stupid, and I was so pissed off. And then, like, we ended up just going to McDonald's because, like, other restaurants were just not, like, open, or it was during dinner time, which equal to we having to wait, like, hours or whatever. I didn't want to buy them food. I was like, we should just go straight home. And mom's like, no, we said that we like would like get food, and I was like, no, fuck these guys, and I was pissed. So I was like super unfiltered the entire time and like yelling at them because I was like, you cannot fucking sit there and think this is a good idea. Like you are not a fucking good person. You're not a good person if you fucking thought doing this is a good idea.
Thing is, if they wanted to sneak on to seven different rides, you could have, communicated and say, "Oh, we're not as hungry. Why don't you guys go off, buy food, and then come back, and we'll be ready." Like just something. If you wanted to ride on more rides, you just like communicate, just talk.
Yeah. And yeah, that too, like the like it's free passes, so it's not like one of those things of like, oh, like you guys had to pay like out of your own pocket. No, this is literally free passes because we got them from like the radio guy. It was so fucking shit. And I was like, you guys literally are the worst types of people because how fucking dare you literally take advantage of my mom? Like you guys literally took advantage of her by like doing the shit. You're lucky that like mom's the one who's like driving because I would have literally left your asses here and had you guys fucking figure out a way back home. And also, holy shit, I just unlocked a memory. They thought I was asleep and they were like, "Why is Angie so Why is Angie so mad at us? Motherfucker, I wonder the fuck why. Nothing else happened after that. They've like our coworker that has been with us for a long time. Uh she's how do I say this without getting heated? She has mental issues. I don't remember if she told us what it was specifically, but she her doing that wasn't entirely her own fault because she's easily influenced by people. And then the coworker eventually she stopped working with us a year or two after that incident. We still kept her because fucking whatever. After that incident, it wasn't like, oh, you're fired or anything.
Out of work hours tomfoolery, but yeah, not something worth like getting you booted off for. But
I if it was my job or if it was my choice, I would have fucking fired her a little bit or penalized her because it's like what the fuck, you don't just do it. You don't I understand if it's just insert random Joe Schmo coworker, but it's your boss who invited you out. That's the problem that I had. I was like, your boss invited you out to a thing because they had tickets and they're taking their kid to do a thing that they've never done before. Hey, you guys want to come? That's the sort of thing that happened. And it's you got invited. You don't do shit like this, especially to your boss, by the way. You don't do this shit to anybody unless you're just a fucking bad person. There's also other things she's done, but they're not terrible in comparison. They're just kind of stupid shit that I was like, why? I guess I could talk about it too, because she's fucking. This was years ago. Um, so chat, if you're in a relationship, right? I say it as boyfriends in call. Chat, if you're in a relationship and you are in the middle of working, if your boyfriend asks for uh if your boyfriend is texting you and asks for photos, would you ask to go to the bathroom, take photos, come out, and then tell your coworkers that's why you went to the bathroom?
oh, yeah,
By the way, your coworkers are older than you. Most of them are in their late 50s, early 60s. And there's only one person who's kind of within your age range, but they're also older than you by a lot. Also, we're in the middle of middle of dinner. It's literally like it's not rush hour. It's kind of the middle of between of you're going through rush hour, but also it's starting to slow down a little bit. So this is a good time for people to actually go and you know go to the bathroom, get a drink, uh, figure out what you want to eat for you know uh when like work's done or whatever. Yeah. She decided this is a good time to go and like send a photo of uh, uh she decided to go and like send a photo of herself, not not PG, of herself to her boyfriend during this time. And like she came back and she told us, and I was like, "Bro, it's like it's like work hours. This is fucking weird."
Why? Why did it tell? Like, that's the part. I'm like, well, why did you say you were doing that?
I know. It's
You could have
weird.
just, you could have just lied.
You could have just fucking like, you did not have to say anything. You went to the bathroom. Where the fuck? Like, we don't care what you do in the bathroom, okay? Like, it's weird. And then like because she's young, because she's like 7, like she's like 17, 18, like 17, 19, like age range. Like since she's young, like around people who have like kids and grandkids, like everybody was like, you shouldn't do that. Like, you shouldn't do that. That's dangerous because people are fucking weird and they'll do crazy shit. You don't know what they're gonna do with the photo. You don't know if they're gonna spread that shit around. Don't fucking do this shit. And she was like, oh, but it's fine. It's my boyfriend. And literally every single person went, yeah, he's boyfriend material. Not husband material, not even fiance material. He's still at boyfriend level. Don't fucking send shit. Yeah, it was a her. She she was a coworker of mine back in the day. But yeah, like she decided to do that and we were like on company time. And so like all like the grandmothers and mothers were like, "Yo, don't do that shit." Like one, that's fucking weird. And two, like no, she wasn't fired because we were understaffed. That we're always understaffed. This was a restaurant my family owned, and we were always understaffed because we were a seasonal opening sort of thing. But she did that like in kind of in the middle of service versus not really in the middle of service. But she's also a dishwasher, so she could like go take breaks when like a lot more often than like the rest of us who were either setting up like plates and stuff or making the food. So it's one of those things where like you can go take breaks and you can do this shit. Like if you don't say anything, nobody's gonna fucking know. But the fact that you like outed yourself after and then like told like the coworker who like is she was the woman who like also went on the theme park adventure thing that we did. Yeah, like she tells that coworker who is our set plater who then goes, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." And then she tells us what happened, and then the rest of us who are like older than her by like 4 or 5 years, or our moms or grandmothers, we're all like, "Yo, you shouldn't fucking do that." Yeah, it's risky, but also like
That is.
my mom my mom didn't see it as like anything to fire her over at the time because like we were pretty laxed with like a lot of the things that happened because if it wasn't like anything drastic, we didn't really fire people. which I didn't have any fucking say over. I would have fired at least 4 different people in my work there, but uh yeah, like it wasn't as like important at the time to like yeet her for that.
You broke also one of the most sacred of sacred codes among coworkers. Unless you're acting the fool, you don't have to tell anybody what you're doing on
Thank
break.
you. Yeah. But like it wasn't even on break. Like we were in the middle of service is the thing too.
Well, yeah, but you like even the case like I'd have many instances where I know certain people who would rap and who would just disappear and then they'd claim that oh they were in the bathroom even though I stepped outside pushing somebody's trolley and I see them talking to the security guard. I could say no you weren't, but I know it's an unspoken rule. So just nope, not my problem. Don't need to say shit.
Thank you. But yeah, that was mine. The technically 3 experiences that I talked about are my own experiences. They're my own work experiences. By the way, if you're wondering how my work experience technically started, like age wise, like 12, because family owned restaurant and shit, so you can like have your kids work. So, yeah. But these things happened when like I was like a lot older, so it's not like terrible in comparison. But man, like after dealing with this sort of like work experience stuff though, I cannot like work cuz waking up doing this sort of like doing like restaurant work from like age 12 till what, like 23, 22, I think,
Yeah, but they,
give or
yeah.
take. Like waking up from 8 a.m. till and then working till like what did I say? Like 12 a.m. pretty much. And then doing that uh Tuesday till Sunday, and then Monday technically is our break day, but then it also wasn't a break day because we had to restock and or do other things. So technically I worked like the entire week. I I do work now, but it's not considered work to a lot of people. Well, it's work, but it's not considered work by my family. uh I take care of my grandmother because she's old and needs to be taken care of. But my family doesn't see that as a job because you know, family takes care of family, so like it's not really a job. And it's not stable because technically speaking, as sad as it is, grandma's like old. Thank you. Also, hi, welcome to stream.
The Xbox 360 soft laptops tab I need to. Oh, I would say my experience was similar. My first job, really, all of my jobs as a teenager, barring when I hit like 16, 17, they were all just odd jobs, just small tasks or small consistent tasks that I would do around the neighborhood, like stereotypically like mow somebody's lawn or pick up garbage or well, physically do things, and I would get paid that way. I think my very first job was cutting grass, or at least helping somebody cut grass. And what I use that money for? It just went back into the house because we were poor.
Understandable. It at least taught you a lot of life skills, though.
Yep. Not as much like not as much as my goddamn. I know my sister, she has a friend who legit because he was me in terms of like jobs, but on like crack. Dude knows how to like do everything now. Legit, we called him. Oh, he can put up the TV. Oh, your TV's broken. Let me fix it for you. Dude will fix anything. He has
Man's
spare
literally
parts
jack
for
of all trades.
like he saves so much money now because he fixes everything himself.
I mean, that's literally like how it should. Not that should be how it should be, but like you should probably learn like a good few things like that, or at least like to some extent, you should learn like some things like that.
I mean, there are some things that you should have a grip on. You should have a bunch of tools, and you should have the ability to, at the very least, temporarily fix something significant if you're confident in it. Like, I would expect you to be handy mandy, but
I mean, my dad, he got his degree in electricity, electronics. I don't know what it's called.
like, well, I think it was a trade, and it's to be an electrician.
Yeah, something like that. He did that, went to college for it, and then he decided to just own a restaurant and like do his current job now. But he uses his skill like around the house and stuff. So I mean, like, there's that. He this motherfucker went to college and shit and like did that, right? He knows how to solder things, which like if you think about it, not a lot of people know how to solder things. So he could probably make a lot better money now. But is your dad? Hell no, brother. He thinks he is. Does that count? In your own words, how old or how young should your kids have a job of some sort? It doesn't have to be a legit job. Should we? Um, James, if we have kids, how old would you want our kid to like have a job of some sort?
Me, old is, oh, you're interested in something expensive, kid? Okay, well, I got a job for you.
Because like to
And
me,
it,
shoveling snow or like raking lawns or mowing lawns or whatever, like doing that for cash to me is like a good thing, but I in today's like age, I would not trust like my kids whether they're like teenage like if they're older like in their 20s, I guess it'd be better if they used that to like try and like get a job started or whatever, but I would not trust like my teenagers or younger to be doing those jobs for people because people are scary.
oh, I was mostly referring to like their first quote unquote job would be the typical chores that I would be doing or you would be doing around the house, like doing actual maintenance of like the yard or cleaning and sweeping. I would tell them, oh, you want this fancy new 80, $90 game? Well, here's what you're going to do. You see the backyard? I don't expect you to, like, depending on their age, I don't expect you to clean up the entire backyard, but clean up the backyard, and you'll get your little game. Well, I'll give you your money, and then I'll teach you,
Yeah.
the value of money. Like to me, that's their first job would be me. I'm in quote unquote employing them.
I'm your boss because then I can like make sure you don't do stupid shit. Like simple yard work or chores like an allowance. Um, I mean, yeah, it just be like simple stuff. I personally never got an allowance.
Oh, I never got an allowance either.
Yeah. Is the worded. They're gonna get health insurance with their job for real for true. I'll be paying for it out of my own pocket.
We'll get a health insurance. Who's the health insurance? Me. Here's a Flintstones, band-aid.
Here's a Flintstones gummy.
There's your health insurance. Or you got a boo-boo, don't worry about it.
Oh, thank you for the follow. My family didn't believe in allowances. I mean, I got paid when I worked at the restaurant. Also, I mean, my brother got an allowance, technically, but I didn't, and it's really annoying to me. But, you know, they also did a lot of other things that, like, really annoyed me. Still annoy me, so. I think technically my family's, like, middle class, but I kind of just, like, my family acts middle class, but I don't know where we are technically speaking. I know for me personally, I myself am not at all middle class, but it's one of those things where like I will worry about like how much groceries cost, and then my mom's like, "Oh, I didn't look." So I mean, I don't know, man. People need to stop being scary at jobs. Yeah, that's true. I never had an allowance either. My dad told me if you want to buy stuff, go get a job. I was like, okay. Oh, yeah. My parents would just give me money if like I needed it, but in the sense of like, hey, mom, dad, I need money because we're going on a field trip and like they don't provide food. I have to buy my own food, and they're like, okay, and then I don't really ask for anything else because like I'm the kid who like never fucking asked for anything. And then like once I got like income via like the restaurant work, I just used that money like the entire year. Which by the way, they underpaid me a lot. What? Save. Thank you. Oof.
I'm glad I was never in a position where family, like I worked with family, especially like the close family, because you will always, I don't know, probably not for my case, but you always run into that issue of you're working overtime, and if you were a regular worker, you
Hmm.
would be paid appropriately overtime, or it either just wouldn't make you work the overtime at all. They would just properly schedule it. And because, they provide, it's assumed, oh, I don't need to pay overtime. My overtime is the internet I pay or insert other thing that I've given my child.
Yeah.
But at least to me, I want to give my kid, if they were to like work with me or within my company, if I have one, one, I would try to avoid nepotism as best as I could.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I want them to get the full experience, obviously with a slight softening of it. Like,
I want my kid to have the full fucking traumatic experience of having a job.
because like if they're gonna work overtime, they're gonna get paid overtime. I'm not gonna be like, oh, they're working overtime because they're my kid and they love me. I'm like, nope, this is a worker that wants money, and
Yeah.
I need this done within this amount of time. So
Question.
this worker is getting extra money.
Question, right? So, since they're your kid, are you gonna pay them under the table?
Uh, nah,
Because I got paid under the table.
I get they're like super young and they're technically not supposed to be like working the hours, but they insist. And yeah, but
Well, yeah,
if they're
I think
legit,
that's different.
but if they're like they're allowed to like work, like they're legally allowed to work these hours,
Yeah.
then by all means they get paid legitimately.
I mean, I know that some parents they don't think allowances are like good because it doesn't teach their kids the value of money. I do understand how that's how some parents think, but at some point you gotta at least like give them something so they can learn via like doing. Oh no, little Timmy like needs more money because he decided to spend all his money on a PS5 with no games. Oh well, no more money because you spent your like quote unquote hard earned cash on nothing burger. You gotta wait till next week or wait till next paycheck. Smile. Like I get that. Maybe I'm a super boomer for that though.
I think the problem with an allowance, and I understand why for some people doesn't like teach their kids that is some people will their kids will burn through the money on something that's probably not worth it, or at least makes no reasonable sense in in our adult brain. And then when they want something else, parents are quick to just fix the mistake. When you should look at them and be like, mm-mm, you got this amount of money for the week, month, whatever you want to make it. This is all you're gonna get. So hopefully next
But
time
Dad,
you
this is
will
limited edition. There's only gonna be one of it.
like to me,
Too bad.
like that's just too bad. If you want something, you gotta properly budget out what you have. Now, I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm not gonna get my kids gift. I'm gonna be super strict with money.
Yeah. You're not gonna be an asshole about it, but it's also like we're not gonna just be like, oh no, if I if I don't have money, mommy and daddy will save me. Because I feel like that's also like what happens too. It's like, oh no, I no longer have money. If I ask mom and dad, they'll just buy it for me. Smile. So I don't ever have to like learn how to budget and save money. And it's like, bro, that's like really bad. Which is also why like I think like a lot of parents they don't want to do allowances and stuff.
I mean, I see merits to both really,
Yeah.
because there's no allowance, and then there's the when kid does something good, give.
I mean, I can
And to
also
me,
see the bad things of both of them too, which is also like another problem. You just have to figure out the balance, and a lot of parents just don't really want to put in that much effort. No, there's a pixel. There's a single pixel that's not even supposed to be here, and no one's gonna notice it unless I noticed it anyway. James, have you seen like the shorts of like this like RV mom? I think she's an RV mom, where like she's an RV mom and she has like 3 kids and she like gives them an allowance.
I don't really watch that sort of stuff.
I, I don't like that either. Also, YouTube, stop fucking like exploiting your kids for money via YouTube like videos or like TikTok videos. Stop. It's fucking weird. Or at least if you do, at least like fucking blur out their faces. Jesus.
Uh, the YouTube kid stuff.
It's cringe, bro. Like, oh yeah, let me just exploit my kids on the internet and have no repercussions. Yeah, the AI ads are bad. They're also everywhere on Twitter and stuff too. So I don't get ads on YouTube because I have what's it? Premium? Actually, I'll do the fancy gold trim shit later. I saw another mistake. Fuck! Anyway. Man, do I have any other, like, stories I can fucking talk about?
Well, it depends on what you want to particularly talk about. You talk about great big old fun that you had in Easter.
What?
Oh, you can't really clear. The issue with you working is you never really had the typical summer, working in summer job. Well, look, doing summer things that kids normally do.
I mean, when you have to fucking grow up fast because your parents decided this was a good thing for you, and then now that you're older, you're just like, I can't do anything anymore. Yeah. How did you get into drawing? Um, I've been drawing since I was like like a baby, pretty much. Like I'm pretty sure I never not drawn in my life. I mean, like in the sense of like yeah, I've taken breaks and not drawn for like a while and stuff, but I mean like I've never like not like been like, "Oh, I don't drawing's not for me." Like I've never done that. Now, drawing online, and showing people stuffy, uh, I think that was done in like 2015, maybe earlier. Oh my god, 2015. That's so long ago. That's so I'm so old. James, we're old.
Owens are shaking, they're creaking.
My bones have been like that for years, though. That's not. But yeah, started drawing like when I was really young. Started posting in like 2015, 2016 ish. Uh, went under multiple aliases. Don't really care about talking about that though because yikers, brother. Um, I got into like you're not old. You're an art veteran, which I can respect. Kind of. But I got in I got into even more like art stuff because I got into DeviantArt roleplay like server shit, which was not like the weird shit. Okay, it did kind of eventually get weird, but like, you know, you're a teenager, who fucking cares, right? At that point. But it was a RP like thing where actually should I even talk about the thing since like I don't like the person? Probably not. Anyway, we I got into a DeviantArt roleplay thing which equal to multiple fucking characters that I could draw and like learn like you know like I can like finally draw more than just my OCs. I can like draw other people's OCs and like it became like a big like community thing that I got really into. And then that that died in a way. We started a new RP thingy in Skype. Chat, remember Skype? We did that for like a bit and then a a thing happened and then that thing like died and then we switched to um
I think what funny enough, I think what Skype was we were waiting on a certain specific role playing site to be created at the time.
yes.
And we abandoned Skype when it was made.
Yeah, but we were in Skype for like at least a year or two,
Well, yeah, yeah, because it took a while to make.
and then it died. Oh god. Okay, then like DeviantArt Days was not in 2015. Then it was definitely like earlier than that. That's okay. Also, chat, you're gonna find out really fast that I do not have a sense of time. My perception of time is utter ass. But if Discord happened in 2015, then Oh god, is my timeline just really off?
What do you mean?
If Discord happened like in 2015 and
Remember,
we
keep in mind, these things may have launched at a certain time, but it does not mean we were like there at ground zero.
yeah, but we were there pretty early though.
So Discord, yeah, like we joined Discord early, but the timeline is, let me just go to DeviantArt.
Also, I met James. I met the boyfriend on DeviantArt via the roleplay server, and then we got together like 2017.
Give or take, yeah. Like I could easily just go to DeviantArt because okay, where are they? Where are they? And click. Oh,
Oh my god, Orangie, you're cringe. Yeah, I know. Anyway.
oops, that's too far back.
We're all cringe. True.
2014.
Oh my god, that's so old. Anyway, so we did DeviantArt in 2014 then,
Yeah, maybe that was.
which means I was already on DeviantArt since like 2011, I think.
Oh.
Remember drawing this to another friend? Yep, that was a thing back. Yeah, they're called art trades. I mean, that's what I'm currently doing technically. That's what ArtFight technically is. We're drawing gift art for people, but they're not really friends. They're just randoms on the site. Yeah, shipping was huge on DeviantArt. I was a part of that. Shipping
I
your
had
friends' OCs and stuff together.
I had to find out what that was.
Oh yeah, you were a baby to the internet.
Like I do, like most of my childhood was like off the internet. I joined the internet super late and literally in chat for the first like couple of days. I'm like, oh my god, so and so's character can be shipped with this character, and I'm like, shit, it's not even me. And
Little baby.
since me, like me wanting to be like out in the open, I'm like, hey,
What that?
what does that mean?
And look at you now, having to deal with me, who's a, kind of a online, not really degenerate, but I'm kind of like addicted to being online.
There's a difference between terminally online user and a terminally online loser.
I'm the loser
Mo-
here. No.
no, you're the user. We know like the depraved pits of the terminally online losers. We know those people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no idea what shipping was, and then when I heard that, at first I was like, "That's
Like a boat?
weird."
Like a
Like
boat?
when they explained it to me, I'm like, "Okay, that's weird as shit."
You were such a normie back then.
Because I'm like, well, because in my mind, I'm like, well, what if the other person is a guy? Like the person behind the character.
Yeah?
And me back then was like, but I'm not interested in that guy. Like,
I remember having to explain things and you're just being like, why?
that
It's
made
like, I don't know, man.
I'm like, that makes every time you explain something, I'm like, that makes no sense.
And here you are. Dating me.
Even nowadays, I still have to look, peek in, and be like, what the hell are they saying? What is this joke I'm missing?
Man,
I'm lit
why does this have to be like gradiented? I don't know how to do this.
gradient.
Yeah,
What type
so
of gradient?
I'll send you the reference real quick.
You can't just use the built-in gradient tool.
Yeah, but it's like a transparency gradient.
Yeah, there's a to background one.
Hold on. Let me send it to you.
Yeah, if you wanted to remain transparent, you select the color that you want, and then in the gradient tool, there's a transparent background option.
Make it black white gradient and then hit the funny luminous. There's a I'm so dumb. There's a button for that.
Like, pull up the gradient, brush, well, thingy, well, selection.
Yeah. Oh, if she colors the transparency.
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, cool.
and then you can set it to light or circle or whatever. So I will say, I hope they do make a like a patch or like a side three. Who knows? The transparency tool can take brush textures and do this.
Oh yeah, maybe.
I know there's plenty of workarounds on it, but it would be cool.
It can be used my method SMH under layer convert luminance to transparency.
So here's the thing, night. That is what we call normal. Like the show when the show told us this and you drew the show told us X and you drew X.
Like I said, no takebacks. That's fine. Look, everyone had their like cringe like fan art days. I just made a horror like image. My bad. Oh, these are going to be kind of weird because it's not like symmetrical. I think I'm just stupid. I think I'm just stupid. Also, Twitch, you guys are gonna get an ad in like 2 minutes. I also have to figure out which color this is, actually. Whoops. Maybe. I'm really dumb. Like, there's a lot of things inside that I still, like, am, like, finding out every other day. Or, like, things that, like, I just didn't know existed. And I've been doing it the hard way every single time. You know, I'll come back to the ruffles later. I'm taking too long with it. Cue the meme! My favorite things I learned last year was control left clicking the layer image. The white box looks everything in that layer. Oh! The the problem is that like I barely use that. It also helps you check for pixels. Oh, that is actually a really good way to do that. Though there are some times where like the pixels are like too transparent to where it doesn't like select it though. Also, I think I'm putting too much effort into this art fight a little bit. Oh, it always selects it? Oh, okay. Oof. Quick chat. Twitch is in ad hell. I don't know if I want to like promote myself whenever like the ad's about to happen because it feels weird. Actually, if it's at this angle, would you even see the gold? Probably not. Shat. I got into the anime girl horse game. I understand why people like it. I played it till like 4 a.m. Today.
Do you even know how to pronounce it?
No. I think it's like Uma Musume or something. To me, it's more of a visual novel, and they don't really push the gacha mechanic on you too much, to be honest. And they give you a lot of stuff really early, unlike some
Uh,
fucking games.
I mean, it's well, actually, I don't know if you're operating on patch 1.0, but it's a launch gacha. They're gonna be by default generous. We gotta wait and see how things develop.
Yeah. So far, though, I 100%. I feel like it's literally more of a visual novel, like a stats visual novel game, than like uh an actual gacha game. But I don't know yet. I've only played how much have I played? Hold on. How much have I played of this game? I've played 3.7 hours.
The power of the haunts.
Hans, I found my best girl. The game originally released in 2021. It was a mobile game. If it ain't pushing gacha by now, it's not gonna later. True. At least to me, it doesn't seem to be pushing gacha, to be honest. Like, it's mostly just being like, hey, play the game. Like, play the story and like get Hanses and like race the Hanses to like get your girls to their dream. Dude, okay, I have my so when you first start, they give you like a little token to get like a 3-star horse, and I had like to choose between a bunch of 3-star horses, and I was like, I want this one. And she's like a prim and proper lady. Her name is something McQueen, sorry. I don't hold on.
I've seen bits and pieces of like the horse ladies. I just never knew it was from it. And I saw the title. I'm like, that's
Chat,
a long as hell title.
this is my girl. I like her a lot. Her name is Meijiro McQueen. I like her.
Sick, sick. You can call her Lightning McQueen.
But she's a prim proper lady who likes to eat a lot. And she's very cute. I like her.
I'm just gonna trend pick up with it's not just fan art of them, it's fan art of them being like low accurate horse sized.
Yeah, I've seen that. There's also like lore accurate like facial expressions that's currently going on.
Yeah, of the actual horses and the faces that they would make. Horses are very
They're goofy.
expressive.
They're literally the goofiest little little big guys. The current one that I seen trending is Goldshire or something, Goldship.
Yeah, Gold Ship because she's apparently the most memeable thing ever.
Yeah, and apparently a god among the Hanses, and like apparently turned out like wasn't trying 90% of the time. I don't know. I think it's funny that like this is like getting popular and stuff. Also, I learned that depending on the gender of the horse, the ribbons on like the little like ears are placed on the left side or right side. So that's cool. Anyway, I will probably play this and be like hyper fixated on it for like maybe a week and then go back to playing RimWorld and Minecraft and stuff. Horses are legit dumb.
Is that a Hans doing Hans things? Yes.
Is that a Hans being ooped? Yes. Okay. Oh, fuck. You know what? I forgot. I forgot a thingy, actually. Hold on. Giant clumsy toddlers. All this work only for it to be erased because it doesn't exist because I forgot to do a thing.
Ah,
Maybe it needs to be higher. Jam, how is wonton?
he is being a little goober. He is sitting in the darkness.
He can see, he'll be fine.
He's just observing as cats do.
What a dumb little guy. I love him. How long is this? It's kind of long. I'll just curve it. Also, chat, if you don't know, I am doing ArtFight thingies. Because, to be honest, I didn't know what to do for my birthday stream. Because I did say that I was going to do a birthday stream, but then I was like, I don't know what I'm doing for this. I will say though, I think I'm putting way too much effort into this. Not that that's a bad thing. It's more of just like, if I want to like actually get more attacks out, I need to not spend as much time on this. Also, chat, I am planning on getting my commissions done and actually out there for people to like get soon. I was hoping to get it done like so I can announce it when I stream today, but uh I'm hesitating because I don't know if like it's good enough yet. But hopefully in the next like couple days and or like hopefully in the next couple days it'll be ready and posted because I want to start doing commissions again. I think I have been on hiatus for a little too long. So yeah. Hopefully I can get that done soon. Uh Lotus, I'm gonna have to ask you to like look over it a little bit if that's okay. If that's okay, fingies together. I mean, I know you're sick, so like you don't have to worry about it right now. But yeah, I plan on like sending you like a few things to be like, is this good? Because then I know my TOS is good, so I don't have to worry about that. But I don't know if like the other parts of Vegan stuffy is like good. I mean, I'm sure it's fine, but also, chat, I may end up like not finishing this and ending stream here soon. Cause I'm a little hungry. Like I want to get this done like on stream, but at the rate I'm going, it may not be a thing.
Get her done. You can do it. Get her done.
It may have to be like a 3-parter. I was hoping this would not take as long, but like The character's like very detailed. I was a fool, a goober, to think that I could get this done fast. Cause like she's very pretty and cute, but the problem is just like I I forgot that like for like detailed characters it takes longer, especially if I decide to shade and stuff, which I'm I'm not gonna shade this. I've shaded the skin, but I'm not gonna shade anything else besides maybe the hair, honestly, because if I want like this is for fun stuff, and my brain says that since it's for fun, I shouldn't like put too much time into it as like I am currently. I thought I had a galaxy brush at one point. Oh, I guess I don't. Fuck! Alright, chat. I think in like another few minutes, I'm gonna end stream. Which should give me enough time to color in her gloves, maybe. Her gloves and maybe like a little bit of her hair.
Getting that glove done.
What color are the gloves in this? I'm just going to assume they're the same color as the ribbon. And then welcome back. You know, I was supposed to play music, but I just I didn't, so L. I guess today was a no music sort of day for me. Okay, I think all her base colors are done. I think. I'm quickly checking the reference. I think. Oh my god. I am gonna have to re-go through this again later, I think, and like fix a few things because I feel like. What? This might not be my best work, I think. I don't know. Anyway, um, I'm gonna no dismiss no ads. Hold on, stop. Okay. Ah. Okay, Jambus,
At time.
I'm gonna
Eh,
deafen and mute.
yeah.
All right, chat. It is time for me to go. It is time for me to go because I I haven't had food today. So, make sure you guys eat food, drink wawa, take your meds, and rest up. Thank you for hanging out with me. This stream. Thank you for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the subbies and gifted subs and all that good stuff. Uh, I I might take a few days off, maybe. Either I take a few days off or I'll see you guys Monday. Uh, I'm hoping Monday is uh a another art day. I might not do an art day. I might just play another I might play a video game. I'm not sure, but uh, I will see you guys either Monday or Tuesday or maybe like some other time next week. I it, I will try to make sure I stream Monday though. I stream every other day. Uh, uh, uh to be honest, I don't have like a set time. I just kind of stream whenever, but I will try to stream Monday, and I will continue to try and stream every other day. uh Make sure you guys have notifications on for me. Make sure you guys um um make sure you guys check out my YouTube channel where the VODs will be placed and stuff. uh But yeah, thank you for all the happy birthdays. Thank you for hanging out with me on my birthday. I will see you guys Monday. Have a good night. Make sure you guys eat. Make sure you drink water. Take your meds. Okay, bye.